Penn State has landed Iowa State linebacker Caleb Bacon out of the transfer portal. Welcome in to the Tengwall Film Network and another episode of Portal Profiles brought to you by ANTIFRAGILE Brewing Company. Make sure you guys check them out on Calder Way, downtown State College. The best beer, the best cheesesteaks in the game. So when you're in town, stop by, tell them Landon sent you, and continue to support those who support us. Keep everything free. It is always going to be no paywall, just Tengwall. We just ask that you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. All right, so Bacon, going into his 6th year in 2024, only played one game, missed the rest of the season due to injury, and now had a pretty good year in 2025. But coming into this one, I think he very well could be a starter at linebacker for Penn State. Now, we're going to dive into his tape. We're going to show you the good. We're going to show you the bad. One note that when Bacon really kind of had his breakout year in 2023, his linebacker coach was Veidt, who he is now reunited with. So can he kind of spark that magic that he found in 2023 that made Bacon jump out and become a really, really good player? So excited to dive in this tape, show you everything about Bacon and what we might have in Penn State's starting linebacker in 2026. Without further ado, let's roll the tape. All right, let's start out with the best part of Bacon's game. And what really pops on tape is when Iowa State sent him on blitzes, and he would get home a lot, 6'4", 240, and you're going to go slant, and then blitz him in off the A-gap right here. And just has really good timing, gets home, disrupts the quarterback, makes him put it in the dirt. And he's just got these long strides, can cover a lot of ground. So I think you're going to see him get sent on blitzes, and he moves pretty well. All right, so here we go once more. Same thing. The other side, we're going to slant, and we're plugging him in here. And you're getting a lot of backfield action. And I like how he sorts through this because there's a lot going on. And they rule this a strip sack. Now, Oklahoma State, they do recover this. But I really like this because he's flying in, and a lot of guys would just take this jet motion because it looks like he probably has the football. And he's looking at him, but he very quickly diagnoses, doesn't have it, sticks his foot in the ground, and let's get back vertical and go attack the quarterback, and does a great job right here. And then this is where the length, the size comes into play. He's able to hit that arm, knock the quarterback down, and you're forcing a havoc play right there. So great job, but this is what you're going to see all over his tape is him flying in, and he understands how to blitz. He has great timing. He has a great feel for the game. Now, that was in pass. Let's also talk run because he fits really, really nicely in the run game, and it's the same exact thing. Here you go. Slant, and then boom, off the edge. We're blitzing him around now. Obviously, we're not going to have the same defensive coordinator, so we might not see this same thing. But I love how he's coming off the edge. He says, hey, they are trying to pull a couple guys around. I'm going to get straight down the line, run this thing down. And I love how he goes for the ankles right here. You're going to see there's good tackling and there's bad tackling on his tape, but does a really good job here getting flat down the line after his blitz and creating some havoc in the backfield. And then on this last one, I really like this, and you're going to see he's a very good block shedder. And that's the positive side of him being 6'4", 240, is that when he puts hands into a tight end, it's hard to heam this guy up. So you guys know it, down, and around. But you get right here, and you see, hey, okay, quarterback, counter, we're pulling 2 linemen. I need to beat this tackle on the inside. So does a great job just putting hands into him, pressing down the line, and going to make this tackle, helping out, bring the quarterback down for a no gain. So when you're blitzing Bacon, he is liable to create some disruption for the offense. All right, so he's good as a blitzer, but let's talk his ability to block shed and kind of find his way through traffic. And that's something, once again, that he does really, really well at his size. So you're going to see this tight end is going to climb up to him, and I love it. He just puts hands on. He's going to absorb this tight end, and this is what you get when you're this size. Completely extend and then shed inside, and you see this running back coming right for his gap. Does a great job tossing him off to the side, and then I'm fitting in the gap, making the tackle on the running back, and I really like this right here. Great job getting this. He only has one arm to start, and then he has to bring the second arm, but gets that arm around his waist and kind of his upper legs. That's how you tackle. Make sure you bring a guy down. So this is what you're going to see on his tape. A lot of just classic run fitting, tossing to the side, and making the tackle in the hole. All right, next play. Now, this is him taking on really basically a double team, and I love how he holds his gap. So watch him right here. He is going to blitz essentially down in here. You see he's starting to creep up, and now he says, hey, I'm going to plug right here in between this guard
and this center, and so he ends up actually getting 2 on him right here. But I love how this center, he's kind of on his backside. He's not squared up, and Bacon understands that, so he just keeps pressing through this hole, and he just holds this gap the entire time. So he understands, hey, my guy out here is holding contained, forcing everything back in, and I'm keeping this B gap, this A gap, whatever, just kind of everything just muddied up. And he knows if I'm taking 2, the other thing I'm doing is I'm freeing up my other linebacker that's coming over the top. So he's doing a lot here by just taking on 2, holding his gap, and then still sees, hey, the running back kind of committed outside of my gap. Now I'm still going to fit over the top and help finish and make this tackle. So we'll watch it once more, but you just see on this little play just how much influence he has, and this is what happens when you're at the size that you are for Bacon. All right, now next play, and this is kind of what I mean of being able to fit over the top and just kind of see through traffic. So you're going to get essentially this kind of slant over the top again, but I just really like how he fits over the top. He turns very tight off of this down block. He understands, hey, I'm going to squeeze right off of this. I don't want to give the running back any room to cut off this block because I know I got outside help out here. So he doesn't take a super wide path out here, squeezes right off the butt of this tackle. And guess what? I'm here to make this tackle on your running back, and you're going to get some pretty good form here. Goes low. Would have liked to get that arm in there, but just chops the running back down right at the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. So, I mean, this is a big stop on 3rd down to be able to get over top, fit back underneath, and then make a nice tackle on the running back. And then one more time, just fitting over the top, making a really, really nice tackle, sticking your arm out there. Here we go. You're just going to get a lot of down blocks here, moving down, and so he's going to eyes see puller, so he sees this coming around. He follows it over top, so great instincts, and just kind of shuffle, and doesn't go too fast. And guess what? Keeps great contain, because once again, he knows this is going to get boxed in, so I just know I need to come at this angle. I don't want to overshoot this, so then the running back can cut back. I want to come from a great angle. I want to tackle him inside out. That's how you do it right there. Stick him right on the hip, bring him down. Fantastic tackle there from Bacon. Now, you guys know we always cover the negative of players too. We're always honest in these reviews. His tackling can be suspect. He's got an 18.7% missed tackle rate in 2025. That is not very good for a linebacker. So just for reference, like when Tony Rojas was playing at his highest level this year, he was at like an 8% missed tackle rate, which was really good. So you're kind of getting that same thing we saw earlier where guys were slanting, and he was coming off of the edge. Well, now he's doing it and just completely whiffs on the running back right here. So kind of a non-competitive rep right here, if you will, about how he's coming off the edge, sees it's the running back. Hey, let's fly down on this thing. Let's go full speed, make this tackle. Just kind of waits too much. He gets baited by the running back, so goes to tackle, and I don't even know if he touches him right there. So not a great missed tackle. Now here we go. We're throwing in the flats. We got a wide receiver screen. Here he comes. I need you to come down, make this tackle if you're my linebacker. Nasty little stop, toss him off, and then get running. So that's hard here because you're out of control. You're running against. You're running this way. Wide receiver's running this way. So it's hard to stop on a dime, but a nasty move. But I need you to break down a little bit better, get your arms around this guy's legs, and be able to bring him down, because these are the tackles, especially, you're going to have to make in the Big Ten if you're Bacon. And part of this too is just kind of his natural movement. When you are 6'4", 240, it's not as easy to change direction. So I guess if there was one negative, it would be the tackling. But I really see the lack of tackling when he has to change direction and move. So right here we go. We're going once again. It's not a coincidence. Wide receiver screen. He's having to track this thing down, and he's going to get a juke move back inside and just struggles with having to start and stop. So I think that's where he's going to have to improve as a linebacker, is being more under control, because he doesn't have the greatest movement because of how big he is. But let's finish off with Bacon in pass pro. He's going to have to drop back in pass pro against these Big Ten teams. I think he does a really good job here being patient, covering the running back, and then actually going and making a tackle. So he's just going to drop kind of into this hook zone, and he's right on this running back, eyes on him. He is peeled, and he says, hey, I'm just going to wait right here. If he throws this, I'm just going to break on it. But I love the patience, and he understands, like, hey, my defensive ends are rushing upfield. I'm going to be the contain man and cover this guy. So as soon as the running back turns and blocks, he goes, okay, he's trying to run, so I'm going to fit over top, put one hand on him, just kind of toss him to the side, and then go make the tackle on the quarterback. Great job there, turning coverage into a really nice contain. And then this last one, just shucking a player, bow, hitting someone when the ball comes across the middle. So this is just a very basic zone drop. I like how he sees this wide receiver coming into the frame. He's going to shuck him. He's going to put hands on him. That's his technique. Try to knock him off his route a little bit, and he's got eyes right on the quarterback. He sees, hey, he's looking right here to throw. I'm now going to turn. I'm going to break on this thing, and I see rib cage right here. I'm going for that bow. Knock the ball loose. Great rep. So I think Caleb Bacon very well could be a starter on this Penn State team in 2026.